So back to the psychology. What's your frame of mind? Or like, how are you coaching SDRs? How are you approaching a cold call when you're getting into this?
Well, look, I must say I've had plenty of coaches, including this guy, Benjamin Dennehy, and a couple of other guys from the We Have a Meeting, which I'm a loyal follower. And from them, I learned that you should be focusing entirely on human psychology. And the first thing that should happen is what is every person's favorite topic? Themselves. Absolutely right. And the thing is, like, when you start in a cold call with like, hey, I am Julio from ABC company, we do this. You're doing the complete opposite of that, right? And that is exactly what we're teaching salespeople to do. So my first focus is to try and get the person to understand, you want to talk about you, but this is not about you. It's about them. So I think that if people are going to take one thing away from this podcast is if you switch the focus from yourself to them, you already become like 5 times a better salesperson.
The classic hero's journey, right? Like we are not Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. We are Yoda, this strange little green man sitting on the side. Everybody else is kind of the main event.
Or Chewbacca, Isaac.
I would do my best Chewie if I could. It would turn into like puberty scream.
Let's keep that for now.
Love it. So if what we're trying to do is we want to get to, I've heard you say you want to get to be like a problem therapist. We want to get, if we're talking about them, we're talking about the problem. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, this is the biggest shift that I made when I started being coach and getting training on it myself. Because I worked out of recruitment thinking like, I'm the god of sales. I'm so smart, like most recruiters think. And then I realized I really was. And that's when I started being coached by guys like Benjamin Dennehy, Zach and Jack. And what I've realized, their approach was very much like, let's focus on the problems that we fix. Because this is probably one of the most undervalued theories in sales is if the person doesn't have a problem, you won't get a deal. And it maybe in very good times when people have loads of budget, so they will spend money on getting a plus rather than fixing a minus. But generally people buy because they have a problem to fix. And the more you can get deep on that problem, the more likely you are to get the meeting, but more important to get the deal. Because that's the most important thing. Booking meetings that convert into deals. That should be the main focus.
But I like to think of a cold call as like pushing a giant rock up a very steep hill. And if you can push just long enough to get to find that problem, that steep hill just sort of like plateaus. You know, it's not a big plateau. The rock is still resting there. And if you lose the momentum, it might roll back on you. But you want to get to that first plateau. And so in order to get there, you first need to get not hung up on and then build enough trust to get them to answer honestly.